Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dungeons and Dragons, it's the 12th of September. It's a Monday as well, which means it's a Funday Monday, which I'll be doing every now and again. It's USA versus Germany. Excuse me, as I have to explain the rules of what USA will be doing today. Nobody knows what they're doing, so Germany are in for a surprise. The idea of this Funday Monday is mass production! Yes, that lovely thing which I rarely get to see used, but at the 18-minute mark, all of the USA players, all 4 of them, will get that mass production and charge one side. The idea behind this is to defeat your enemy in one fell swoop of an attack, and that's what I want to see today. We're going to see a lot of Shermans come on the field. How will the Germany, and I wonder why Mithras won't start this game. Oh, I typed in team chat. Oh, I see. Ship ready! Let's get this game started. He's already started. So, in 18 minutes time, we're going to be seeing 8 Shermans enter the field and charge one of the flanks, or maybe even the centre, although the centre, this is Grand Suburbs, a 5v5 map. It is very urbanous in the middle. I don't recommend it as an area to charge, so it's going to be left or right. But we're going to see, it's not just about getting the unit itself, not just about the overwhelming numbers, but how do you incorporate this into your game plan? There's... hang on a moment, I want to get some confirmation from the team players. Can I get a who? I'm not sure how you spell it. They'll do. I'm sure they'll understand what I mean. Anyway, let's come back. We've got the first engagements here. I've been sitting on the middle of this map as I've been typing, so not been able to move around, get a good look at the map, introduce the players, but they'll all shine soon. We have Purpro in the centre, supporting new to Inuki TV member Fairy Fighter, who's already getting grenaded. He's hiding behind the barricades in full force. He doesn't care if he's standing right next to his buddies. He'd much rather die together than die alone, and die together is what they'll do by getting so grouped up behind cover, they'll just get grenaded. Fairy Fighter, a little tip for you, buddy. Never blob. It's forbidden. Regardless, with so much infantry in that zone, they have captured this central position rather early and are defending against the Germans. Team Germany will not know what's hit them as those 8 Shermans pour onto the field in a roughly 16 minutes time. Fairy Fighter with a machine gunner on that right flank, providing cover. It's a pretty good machine gun. It's watching down that entire road. We've got some half-track action from Migsy. And we can see this top left area, not yet captured by the Germans. And Migsy's going to run in there with a half-track, facing the wrong way. There is infantry in this zone. Migsy just not looking in the right direction to see it. On the right-hand side, just giving this a quick check. We've got another half-track coming up as well for Coneman, who seems to have this area on lockdown as well. So good stuff happening there. Triple good. All the way, half-tracks appearing in the middle for Fight Fairy. Fairy Fighter already engaging with Hot Tracker. Fire the Daka guns, Jan. He's already trying to get out of there. In fact, gonna stop here. That's not actually a bad spot. That does mean if he is fired upon, he can quickly set thrusters to maximum and get out of there straight away. So at the moment it's essentially acting as like a very maneuverable MG, just gunning people down this road. It's going to be highly effective. It's not going to be driving in there and getting some close shots. That's way too risky. So that's actually some pretty damn good play there from Fight Fairy. If he needs to move that round, he can quickly. Or even if he just wants to go for a head-on charge, he can also do that. Oh, the possibilities you can do with a half-track. Isn't it lovely? We have Panzer II Lux from the Stiganator. Stiganator, new to my channel as well. Welcome to Inuki TV. You're going to die, bro. Some horrible freaking ways after you destroy a wall. I'm actually not entirely sure what this Lux is doing on that left-hand side. There's not much from Migsy out there at all. Migsy obviously saving up for something big. We've got a pack gun positioning itself next to the church. Now engaging its invisibility shield. That cloaking mechanism is going to surprise any half-tracker. Just checking the time on mass production. 14 minutes until we see the Funday Monday finally kick in. I wonder what the Germans are thinking. They know it's a Funday Monday, but they don't know what kind of Funday Monday it is. All they know is it involves Team USA. Unfortunately for Fairy Fighter, his half-track is taken out by that pack cannon. Fight Fairy just going to set some sandbags outside of that destroyed half-track and brings up an AT infantry as well, hiding behind that building. Always good to have that in urban environments. You usually get a lucky shot. Migsy hiding some guys. Hi guys. Soon they'll pop up somewhere later on and probably destroy a tank, maybe. If he's lucky, unless he is spotted. Purpro entering the middle through the smoke behind the barricade, firing on the enemy behind the sandbags. Interesting that you needed smoke to advance in your own area. They do control that zone. Mithras with a half-track full of German soldiers hopping out on this location, but they've got to look out. M24 Chaffee, one of the poshest tanks I know. I can just see the guys inside there sipping their wine, firing at the Lukes at the same time. Hull destroyed. There's no way that Lukes could have competed against the Chaffee. At the very least, though, it did find out that there is a vehicle over there, and the half-track guns it down into the center of the map, avoiding the Chaffee. There's no counter for that half-track in the middle yet, but it seems to have disappeared into behind the buildings. Who knows when it might come into appearance? There it is. It's not going to be hit by anything on this side. The AT rifle is too far away. AT infantry, rather. Usually, there's two types of AT infantry in this game. There's one with a bazooka or an RPG, and I referred to it as something like that. This is a buffer's gun, which is not anything to do with AT. Chaffee still sipping its wine, gunning down infantry as it approaches with an AT grenade. Oh, so many distractions as this half-track is avoiding explosions, going on two wheels or one half-track, or one wheel and one half-track. Oh, I've totally lost the plot now. It's Funday Monday, you're watching a Nuki TV and stuff like that. Bad idea to be running in all that infantry towards the half-track. Mithras slowly backing it up as he guns down all these troops. Fight Fairy transitioning his airborne into deadborne or groundborne, or one of those jokes, whichever one's better, whichever one you prefer. The Americans currently have more capture points than the Germans. We've got a 2-2-2 on the field. Still quite a while till we see the end of the world mass production in little over 13 minutes. How will the Germans cope with 8 long-barreled Shermans pouring into one side of the map? They're going to need a lot of anti-armor to deal with that. The Buffer's gun is firing on infantry behind the sandbag. Looks like it's going to reposition itself to get a better shot. The central zone kind of lost it for just a little bit. Well, almost lost it. Didn't quite lose it. Still currently in the hands of the Americans, but the pack gun is firing into a building. Got building destruction and Purpro hiding behind the barricades. Makeshift barricades, which is just pretty much consistent of all stuff you find in houses. 2-2-2 coming right down the road. The AT infantry misses. But say hello to Purpro. Wow. That's freaking awesome. We got a pack gun. Not a pack gun, sorry. We got a light AT gun for the Americans. But notice, Purpro is saying, okay, it's going to cost me 5 hero points to bring in this mass production. What can I do with the other 5 hero points? Preferably, I'd be like, oh, mass production. I'll get 2 of them. But he's saying, okay, I'm going to get some early units. With the hero points, the M8 is one of the first things you can get. Sort of light artillery. Fight Fairy with a flamethrower. Didn't really get to make much impact on the battlefield, but it does burn that damn German tree, which was just giving a sight bonus to the Germans. More troops being grenaded behind those makeshift barricades. The Germans are now currently capping the central position. This would bring them up to 4 capture points. They're still missing that far left-hand point that Migsy has captured. Doesn't seem like he's controlling that with much. We've got the M8s firing in the center and the AT gun covering. Repairs going off from Purpro, trying to get this 2-2-2. Claim it for himself. We can see the Nazi tree has set that building on fire. Wow, what an evil tree that is, setting buildings on fire. Mrs. Lemming. Not introduced Mrs. Lemming yet. He's fighting Coman on the right-hand side. They're having their own little battle. Codeman being the aggressive one here. He's moving closer to that point. Mrs. Lemming tried to sneak around on that right-hand side. Maybe get a bit of intelligence, see what's there. Unfortunately for Mrs. Lemming, though, there is no way to scout mass production, especially when it's ×4 mass production. Even if you see it coming on the field, how are you going to react? How are they going to respond to so much armor on the field in an instant? Coneman making an advance on this right-hand side. Mrs. Lemming feels a little bit in danger. Of course, it's a good idea to run away your pack gun. Looks like it's just going to get away. Coneman also running in one guy. He needs to look out for his own grenade that he threw. Even if he didn't get a shot, he probably would have died. Mithras with a Panzer IV. One Panzer IV. It's no match for my half-track full of stuff. That Panzer IV is going to sit at the end of the road. Still 8 minutes until this Funday Monday kicks in, but in all honesty, we've not seen that much difference in the early game so far, at least not from what I've seen. Migsy seems to be lacking on this left-hand side, still keeping guys there. He knows what, maybe he's got an idea of just to keep eyes on that area, not put pressure too much, keep it weak, keep the enemy thinking that they don't have to defend it as much, and perhaps charge that side. Maybe that's what they're talking about in Mumble right now. Who knows? I would hate to see this Funday Monday fail and like all the Shermans blow up and die, but even then, we're going to learn a lesson. We're going to learn something very important. I feel today's going to be a day of educational value. Purpro now has the 222 up. Runs over his own guy. It's a good start. Interesting. I like to see how this plays out for him. His supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle car is charging down that right-hand side. It's not going to do what I think it's going to do, is it? It's going after the Panzer IV. What are you thinking? Panzer IV blows a shot. It misses. Panzer IV is giving chase to the 222. We've got some donut action going on around this building. Panzer IV has no problem going through there. But look what it's done. The 222 has managed to make the Panzer IV, for some reason, turn its armor. That way the AT gun at the back line of the USA's army fired. They got a side shot. They did damage it. 222 still firing on that engine. Panzer IV not going to be able to do anything about it. We've got some AT grenades trying to hit that 222, but I think this pack gun turned round, fully fricked off that 222, fires a shot, and takes it out. It's now disabled. That 222 is back with the Germans, but this pack gun has also been stolen. Wow, are the USA being freaking cheeky today? Cheeky little monkeys they are. Coneman continuing to fire at that Stug. Stug continuing to fire at the Boffer's gun. Boffer's gun continuing to be decrewed. Still usable, just needs to put man on it. We had a few infantry try to reclaim that pack by the looks of it. So the crew died on that, some battling in the middle. Half-track. Migsy can see the half-track from here. He's extremely sneaky. Still got some more guys around here looking around. As this central zone is being claimed by the Germans. Insert dramatic pause. We've got 6 minutes until we get our Sherman souffle. I'm looking at some other hero units. Obviously, I don't want to do the same Funday Monday of just like, oh, you just get this unit, or we say this unit is the main focus point for the Funday Monday. I don't want to just do that. I've got to come up with some fresh, good ideas as well. Maybe you have some. Get commenting on my channel. Sure, I'll look at them. Maybe, I don't have all the best ideas. Having millions of minds think of stuff for me is just as good as well, but we'll see what happens. Let's get back to the game. Coneman sneaking in a prone position on that right-hand side. We've got Stiggers on the left-hand side. Looks like he managed to destroy an AT gun. I think it was Stiggers. Didn't quite catch that. Doesn't matter. Migs are going to move in a half-track and destroy whoever did that to his AT gun. How dare he? 4.5 minutes to go. Time to alert the players that they need 50 CP free for those 2 Shermans to come on the field.